Most High in Christ, Shapar, which means horn. Most High in Christ. State your registry.
Shahwan, Badapariam, Banya Shala.
Shahwan, Banapariam, Banya Shala.
Yahweh Bahashem, Yahushai Barakatha.
Yahweh Hashem Yahushai Barakatha. Yahweh Batam. Baal. John. Shapar, which means horn again. John. Yayan, which means one.
Layashrala, which means to Israel.
Most High in Christ. All right. Shapar, which means horn. Most High in Christ. Imagine, which means to stand. Sarva Panya Hakodam, which means turn and face the east. We're going to do the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa. Shabbat Shemayim. Kodash. Hayah. Shemkar. Yahweh. Barakatah. Taba'ah. Ratazaka. Hayah. Aisha. Baratazah. Kuwa. Hayah. Bashemayim. Dalana. Shah. Salam. Ka, Yawam, Masalak now, Kawak now, Kasalak now, Kawadian now, Wala'a, Kabi Ayan now, Manasaya Wan, Abal, Hawashai now, Mayan, Rad, Kaya, Lakha, Hamalakwa, Waha'ala, Hatapara, I will love you. Amen. In English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day, our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors, and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. Yisar, which means to turn. Yeshavion, which means to be seated. We're going to start in 36 and 39. Genesis.
Starting at 40, right? 39 was the last verse last week?
38 was the last verse?
38 was the last verse. So we started at 39.
Okay. So you could do this first set. No, I'm talking to the brother. Okay, so starting back 36 and 39, right? In the Hebrew last week, from what I'm seeing, we went over the Dukes. Who is familiar with the Dukes? The Dukes of Edom. Salaka, let me go on Facebook. YouTube. See any questions? The Dukes of Edom, right, are the antithesis of the tribes of Israel, right? Just like there are 12 tribes, there are 12 Dukes of Edom. Okay, the main two I know is Timon, which is the Germans. Germany is responsible for a lot of their militaristic gains inside of the earth. The Hummer is a German creation. The tank, a German creation. Sonar, German creations. The reason Hitler was so successful is because of those three things. Hummers, tanks, and sonar, all created during World War II, if I'm not mistaken. The other is Amalek, which is the so-called Jewish man. Those are the only two I know off the top of my head. Ask General Hyman for the others. Khan. So you can start verse 38. Oh, 39, Salakia.
Khan. Genesis chapter 36, verse 39. Wayamath, Ba'al, Canaan, Ban,
Akabwar, Waya Balak, Thakath Yawa, Hadar, Washam, Ayarawah, Pa'aiwa, Washam, Ashafwa, Ma Yatabal, Bath, Matarad, Bath, Maya, Zahab. Verse 40. Wa'alah, Shamawath, Alawapya, Aishawa.
Salakia, if I may, Alawapia is Duke. Alawap, we know Alawap as general. In this instance, Alawap is translated as Duke. Keep going.
Karawan Khan. Lamasha Pa Katham. Lamakwa Matham. Ba Shamatham. Alawap. Damanai. Alawap. Ilawa. Alawap. Yathathath. Verse 41. Alawap. Ahalya Bama. Alawap. Allah. Alawap. Hayanan. Verse 42. Alawap. Quanaz. Alawap. Dayaman. Alawap. Mabatazar. Verse 43. Alawap. Magad Ya'al. Alawap. Ayaram. Allah. Alawap Ya. Arawam.
Allah in that instance is these, like these are. So Allah, Alawapia, Adawam. These are the dukes of Edom. Allah is these, Alawapia is dukes. Dukes of Edom. Adawam is Edom. Keep going.
Kanawan Khan. Laba Shabatham. Ba'arataza. Akazatham. Hawa'a. Aishawa. Abaya. Arawam. Genesis chapter 37, verse 1. Wayashab. Yaikwab. Ba'arataza. Magawarya. Abayawa. Ba'arataza. Kana'ain. Verse 2. Allah. Dalada Wath. Yaikwab. Yawasap. Ban. Shabai. Aishara. Shana. Haya. Ra'aya. Af. Akiwa. Taza'an. Wahawa. Na'ir. Af. Banya. Walaha. Wa'af. Banya. Zalapa. Nashua. Salakia. Nashia. Abba Yawa. Wayaba'a. Yawasa. Af. Tabatham. Ra'aya. Al. Abba Yaham. Back to English, sorry.
Okay. Time. So started on 38. 39 rather.
Kanawan Khan. Genesis chapter 36, verse 39. And Baal Hanan, the son of Akbor, died, and Hadar reigned in his stead. And the name of his city was Pau, and his wife's name was Mehet Tabal, the daughter of Matred, the daughter of Mezahab. Verse 40. And these are the names of the dukes that came of Esau, according to their families, after their places, by their names. Duke Timnah, Duke Alva, Duke Japheth, Verse 41, Duke Ahalabama, Duke Elah, Duke Pinon. Verse 42, Duke Kanaz, Duke Taman, Duke Mibzar. Verse 43, Duke Magdiel, Duke Iram. These be the dukes of Edom, according to their habitations in the land of their possession. He is Esau, the father of the Edomites.
What? He is?
He is Esau, the father of the Edomites.
Okay, now what is this letting you know? Esau is Edom. That is literally a verse in the Bible. I think it's actually in this chapter. Esau is Edom. Why is it saying this? Idiots try to somehow separate Esau from the Edomites. Have you ever heard that, sir? God hated Esau. Now, I don't think you understand. God hated Esau.
And not Edom.
Not the Edomites, right? No. That was specific to Esau himself personally. God doesn't hate Edomites. That's what they're letting you know. The father of the race God hates. He hates the father and his children. Keep going.
Khan. Genesis chapter 37, verse 1. And Jacob dwelt in the land wherein his father was a stranger, in the land of Canaan.
Keep going.
Khan. Verse 2. These are the generations of Jacob. Joseph, being 17 years old, was feeding the flock with his brethren, and the lad was with the sons of Bilhah, and with the sons of Zilpah, his father's wives. And Joseph brought unto his father their evil report.
Okay. Read the next set.
Khan. Genesis chapter 37, verse 3. Wayasharala, Ahab, Af, Yawasa, Makal, Banyawa, Kaya,
So,
Ban.
Salakia, if I may break that just to translate that. And Israel, Wayasharala, Ahab. Ahab is the verb to love. Af Yawasa. Okay, Av Yawasab is letting you know the object that Jacob loves or Israel loves. Av Yawasab is the object the thing he loves. Makal Banyawa. Makal from all. Banyawa in this instance is his sons. He loved and Israel loved Jacob from all his sons. Keep going.
Khan. Sakwanyam, Hawa'a, Lawa, Wa Aisha, Lawa, Kathanath, Pasayam. Verse 4. Wayarawa, Akiwa, Kaya. Athwa, Ahab, Abayaham, Bakal, Akiwa, Wayashana'awa, Athwa, Wala'ah, Yakalwa, Dabarwa, Lashalam. Verse 5.
It's a piece. Okay. Keep going.
Khan.
Now, this is why it's important to stay in class and stay studying. I can break this down and I can read this. I can literally read this in the Hebrew. Like, I didn't even realize I've gotten that. What's it called? I can break this down. All you really need, honestly, is to understand prepositions, a good understanding of suffixes, how those things work and function, and then get a good memorization of verbs. That's really all it. That's 10 years of having a slavery, having to do other offices, and so on and so forth. All that in between. It's not that hard. Come, keep reading. Give this brother a hand right here.
What's wrong with her?
Because how long you been in the school? Less than a year?
A year and a half now.
Yeah, he'll be on my level by Passover. And that should be what's it called? And that's what it should be. Brothers like myself and brothers that came before me, we do the hard work so it's easier for you. I don't have to. But when's the last time? Sorry, sir. When's the last time you've ever been to the Fifth Avenue Library? Since being in the church?
Avenue?
Yeah, never, right?
Wow.
The Seven Heads used to live in there, so we don't ever have to go in there.
Good.
Go on.
Khan. Verse 5. Waya Kalam, Yawasap, Kalawam, Wayagad, La'ak Yawa, Wayawa Sapawa, Iwad, Shana, Athwa. Verse 6. Waya Amar, Alayaham, Shamaiwa, Na'a, Hakalawam, Hazah, Ashar, Halamathia. Verse 7. Wahana, Anaka, Nawa, Baalam Yam, Bathawak, Hashadah, Wahana, Kwama, Alamathia, Wagam, Natazah, Wahana, Dasab, Yana, Alamathia Kam, Watha, Shath, Kawa, Yan, La'alam, Mathya. Verse 8. Wayamarwa, Lawa, Akyawa, Hamalak, Damalak, Alyanwa, Mashawal, Damashal, Banwa, Wayawa, Sapwa, Iwad, Shana, Athwa, Isle, Kalamathyawa, Wa'il, Dabaryawa. Verse 9. Wayakalam, Iwad, Kalawam, Akar, Wayasapar, Athwa, La'akiwa, Wayamar, Hana, Halamathya, Kalawam, Iwad, Wahana, Hashamash, Wahaya Rak, Wa Akkad, Aishara, Kawakabayam, Mashabath, Kawayam, Laya. Back to the English.
Okay. Yeah, Khan, read that in the English.
Khan, Genesis chapter 37, verse 3. Now Israel loved Joseph more than all his children.
Right. Keep going.
Khan. Because he was the son of his old age, and he made him a coat of many colors.
Nah, it says it's just because it was the son of his old age. That was his favorite wife's son. That's the truth. That's true. He loved Rebecca more. Rachel more, I'm sorry. You keep going.
Khan, verse 4. And when his brethren saw that their father loved him more than all his brethren, they hated him, and could not speak peaceably unto him. Verse 5. And Joseph dreamed a dream.
Now stop. Now, there's a hard thing to deal with, but I'm going to get counsel on the matter on who was necessarily wrong. But going by my understanding of the scriptures and the spirit, I would say his brother was more wrong than his father. If they had an issue with Jacob's treatment of Joseph, they should have went to Jacob instead of taking it out on a 17-year-old boy. Like, you got to think of it. Some of them, I'm like 30-something myself. So while he's 17, a lot of the older ones, like Ruben, is probably about my age. Y'all really having a beef with a teenager over your daddy liking him more? Like, when you really look at it from that standpoint, they're very childish. Now, there's a whole other thing. I'm not gonna philosophize and all that, But from what we understand and what we know, that's very childish. And they were wrong in everything you're about to see happen. Keep going.
Khan, verse 5. And Joseph dreamed a dream, and he told it his brethren, and they hated him yet the more.
Now, in context, to my knowledge, Joseph's the first recorded person to receive, no, I'm sorry, a king before Joseph received dreams. Don't sleep with Abraham's wife. I think both kings received a dream. Okay, so it's a known thing that dreams, the Most High will send you a dream. They're not thinking that, they're just thinking he's being high and mighty. The Bible never describes Joseph in this instance as being high and mighty. He just happens to have a pair of weird dreams, and he tells his family about the weird dreams. Continue.
Khan. Verse 6. And he said unto them, Hear, I pray you, this dream which I have dreamed. Verse 7. For behold, we were binding sheaves in the field, and lo, my sheaf arose, and also stood upright. And behold, your sheaves stood round about, and made obeisance to my sheaf.
Right, so what you have is, let's say a bunch of, like, let's say all of these are sheaves of wheat, like you're pulling wheat together. Right, so let's say each one of these is a tribe, and this is Joseph in the middle. So basically, in Joseph's dream, he's standing in the middle with his sheaf, and then out of nowhere, everybody's sheaf just starts bowing down to his sheaf. So basically, people take that as what? You're gonna bow down to us. We're all gonna have to serve you one day. It's already bad enough that dad likes you better, right? So it sparks jealousy amongst the brothers, so to speak. Keep reading.
Khan. Verse 8. And his brethren said to him, Shalt thou indeed reign over us?
Right. Keep going.
Khan. Or shalt thou indeed have dominion over us? And they hated him yet the more for his dreams and for his words.
Right. Keep going.
Khan. Verse 9. And he dreamed yet another dream, and told it his brethren, and said, Behold, I have dreamed a dream more. And behold, the sun and the moon and the 11 stars made obeisance to me.
Keep going. Oh, that's the end?
Khan.
That what you in 10 now, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, Khan, read 10.
Khan. Genesis chapter 37, verse 10. Wayasapar, al.
Okay, so part in this instance is being used for told. Technically, sapar is more so like, I'll look it up. Sapar is kind of to a point to count or the number, but it's like to recount a story could be useful in this instance, but Khan. Keep going.
Khan. Wayasapar, al. Abayawa. La al. Akyawa. Wayagair. Bawa. Abayawa. Wayamar. Lawa. Ma'a. Hakal. Wam. Hazah. Ashar. Kalamath. Habawa. Nabawa. Anya. Wa'amak. Wa'amaka. Wa'ak yaka. Lahashath. Shaka
Kawath.
Kawath.
Laha Shata Kawath.
The tongue twister.
Huh? Yeah, Khan, yeah, tongue twisters. There's a few of those, but once you get in the habit of understanding how things work and all that, Khan.
Lahashath Kawath.
Khan. And another thing is, like I said, understanding the prepositions, you can be able to go back and understand this is the suffix, this is the preposition, this is the metal. So you shouldn't. So sometimes you'd be like kawat or kawata. You know exactly. No, this is a suffix, so that's a wa. This is what's it called. So I know how to separate it completely, so I know how to properly pronounce it. John.
Laka. Arataza.
Right. 11.
Verse 11. Wayakwanaawa, Bawa, Akyawa, Wa Abayawa, Shamar, Af, Hadabar. Verse 12. Wayalak Lakawa, Akyawa, Laraiwath, Af, Tazaan, Abayaham, Bashakam. Verse 13. Waya Amar, Yasharala, Al, Yawasa, Halawa, Akyaka, Ra'ayam, Bashakam, Laka, Washa, Lahaka, Alayaham, Waya Amar, Lawa, Hananaya. Verse 14. Waya Amar, Lawa, Lak, Na'ah, Ra'ah, Af, Shalom, Akyaka, Wa'af, Shalom, Ha-Taza'an, Waha Shabanya,
What verse you on?
Debar.
He's in 14.
Genesis chapter 37, verse 14. Waya Shala Hawa Ma'aimak Kabar 1 Wayaba Shakama. Verse 15. Wayama Tazahawa Ayash Wahana Ta'aya Bashada Waya Sha'al Hawa Ha'ayash La'amar Ma'a Tabakwash. Verse 16. Waya Amar Af Akya Anakya Mabakwash Hagayada Na'a Laya Ayapa Ham Rayam.
All right, in the English.
Khan. Genesis chapter 37, verse 10. And he told it to his father and to his brethren, and his father rebuked him and said unto him, What is this dream that thou hast dreamed? Shall I and thy mother and thy brethren indeed come to bow down ourselves to thee to the earth? Verse 11.
Now, understand, I have to ask Cab about this. Jacob was not meant to interpret that dream, which is why Jacob did not understand the dream himself. So we're clear. The dream is about Joseph is going to grow up to be the vice president of Egypt. Joseph will grow up to be Kamala Harris and J.D. Vance and Joe Biden at some point. Right? Joseph grew up to be the second most powerful person in the world superpower at that time. The entire earth had to beg Joseph for food. That's not a joke. The entire earth, all livable places on the earth, had to beg that man for food. Because the known world, or rather what people had populated by that point in history, had experienced a famine, what would be considered technically a worldwide famine because all people on earth were affected. It reached from Africa all the way up to the Middle East. Nobody could find food. Everybody had to go to the Egyptians. And Joseph was the ones who made the Egyptians rich off of this. This is what that dream is about. Keep going. You got anything to add?
Lazar.
Keep going.
Khan. Verse 11. And his brethren envied him, but his father observed the saying.
His father was at least wise enough to know that's kind of strange. Right? Keep going.
Khan. Verse 12. And his brethren went to feed their father's flock in Shechem. Verse 13. And Israel said unto Joseph, do not thy brethren feed the flock in Shechem? Come, and I will see thee unto them. And he said to him, here am I. Verse 14. And he said to him, go, I pray thee, see whether it be well with thy brethren, and well with the flocks, and bring me word again. So he sent him out of the vale of Hebron, and he came to Shechem. Verse 15. And a certain man found him, and behold, he was wandering in the field. And the man asked him, saying, what seekest thou? Verse 16. And he said, I seek my brethren. Tell me, I pray thee, where they feed their flocks.
Okay. Yeah, count 17.
Genesis chapter 37, verse 17. Wayamar ha'ayash nasaiwa mazah kaya shama'ithya amaryam nalaka dath yana wayalak yawasa akar akyawa wayama tazaam Badathan. Verse 18. Wayarawa athwa marakak wabataram yakwarab alayaham wayathana kawa athwa laham yathwa. Verse 19. Wayamarwa Ayash Al Akyawa Hana Ba'al Hakalam Wath Alazah Ba'a. Verse 20. Waitha Lakawa Wanaha Raga Hawa Wanashala Kahawa Ba'akad Haba Rawath Wa'amar Nawa Kaya Ra'aya Akalath Hawa Wanara'a Ma'a Yahayawa Kala Mathyawa. Verse 21. Wayashamai Ra'a Waban Waya Taza Lahawa Mayadam Waya Amar La'a Lakanwa Napash. Verse 22. Waya Amar Alaham Ra'awaban Al Dashapaka Wa Dam Hashal Yakawa Athwa Al Habawar Hazah Ashar Bamadabar Wayad Al Dashala Kawa Bawa Lama'ain Hataza Yal Athwa Mayadam Lahash Yabahwa Al Abayawa. Verse 23. Wayahaya Kashar Ba'a Yabasap Al Akyawa Wayapash Yatawwa Ath Yawasap Ath Kathanath Wa Ath Kathanath Hapas Yam Ashar Al Yawa.
Okay, most on Christ in English.
Khan Khan.
Which side is this, sir?
Huh?
We in the what side?
So you
Oh,
start
sir.
here.
Okay,
1,
come on.
2, 3, 4. Just
Fifth set, okay.
Fifth set.
I'll do the sixth set. Okay, no, you read this and then okay. The water.
Genesis chapter 37, verse 17. And the man said, they are departed hence, for I heard them say, let us go to Dathan. And Joseph went after his brethren, and found them in Dathan. Verse 18. And when they saw him afar off, even before he came near unto them, they conspired against him to slay him. Verse 19. And they said one to another, behold, this dreamer cometh. Verse 20. Come now therefore, and let us slay him, and cast him into some pit, and we will say, some evil beast hath devoured him, and we shall see what will become of his dreams. Verse 21. And Reuben heard it, and he delivered him out of their hands, and said, let us not kill him. Verse 22. And Reuben said unto them, shed no blood, but cast him into this pit that is in the wilderness, and lay no hand upon him, that he might rid him out of their hands, to deliver him to his father again. Verse 23. And it came to pass, when Joseph was come unto his brethren, that they stripped Joseph out of his coat of many colors that was on him.
Okay, Most High in Christ. Get this brother a hand. I'm gonna try to just do this last one so I can keep my, what's it called, flex? So we're in 24 now, right? Waya Kwawa, this is 37 and 24. Waya Kwakwa, Waya Kwaka, Waya Shalakwa, Athwa, Habara, Habawar, Rock, Ayan, Bawa, Mayam, 25. Waya Shabwa, La Akal, Lakam, Waya Sha'awa, Ayan Yam, Waya Ra'awa, Wahana, Arakath, Yashamai, Alayam, Ba'a, Magalai, Wa Gamal Yam, Na Sha'ayam, Na Ka'ath, Wa Tazarya, Walat, Ha Walakayam, Laha War Yad, Matazar Yama, 26. Wa Ya Amar Ya Hawada, Al Akawa, Akiwa, Ma, Batazai, Kaya, Na Haral, Av, Akayanawa, Akiyanawa, Wa Kasayanawa, Av, Damwa, 27. Lakwa, Wana Makar Nawa, La Ya Shamai Alayam, La Ya Shamai Alayam, La Ya two Ishmaelites. Joseph was sold to Ishmaelites. Ya Shamai Alayam is Ishmaelites. Wa Yadanwa Al Dahaya Bawa Kaya Akiyanawa Basharanwa Hawa Waya Shemaiwa Akiyawa 28 Waya Ibarwa Anashiam Madayan Yam Sakar Yam Waya Mashakwa Waya Ioswa Yawasap Man Habaward Waya Makarwa Yawasap La Ya Shamai Alayam Ba Aishara Yam Kasap Waya Ba'ayawa Waya Bayaawa Yawasap Matazar Yama 29 Waya Shah Ra'aban Al Habawar Wahana Ayan Yawasap Babawar Wayakwarai Bagadayawa. Khan, in English, you can read it. So that's what is that? 24, right? Yeah.
I think you went a little bit over, but all right. So back on.
Yeah, 24.
Okay.
24 to 29.
Oh, I got it.
You okay?
Genesis chapter 37, verse 24.
Yeah, Salaki, one more. 30. Okay, this is 30. Wayashab al Akiyoa, Wayamar Ha Yoag, Ayananwa, Wa Anya, Ana, Anya Ba'a.
Genesis chapter 37, verse 24. And they took him and cast him into a pit, and the pit was empty. There was no water in it.
Right.
Verse 25. And they sat down to eat bread, and they lifted up their eyes and looked, and behold, a company of Ishmaelites came from Gilead with their camels, bearing spicery and balm and myrrh, going to carry it down to Egypt.
Now, this lets you know something. Ishmael, these are Ishmael's grandkids. These are Ishmael's grandkids, if not a few of his kids. It doesn't label who they are, but understand. Understand, like, anybody who's familiar with Arabs knows Arabs are good salesmen. So what was Ishmael's grandkids doing? Keep going. Read that from the top.
Khan, verse 25. And they sat down to eat bread, and they lifted up their eyes and looked, and behold, a company of Ishmaelites came from Gilead with their camels, bearing spicery and balm and myrrh, going to carry it down to Egypt.
Going to carry it down to Egypt. Why? Because they were going to sell it in Egypt. The Arabs of the Ishmaelites have always been salesmen. Notice, what is Jacob's children doing? What did he send him to do? Jacob's children are farmers. Jacob's children are shepherds. And that's what they're doing. Keep going.
Khan, verse 26. And Judah said unto his brethren, what profit is it if we slay our brother and conceal his blood?
What do we gain out of killing him? Like, we don't get anything out of this. Keep going.
Khan, verse 27. Come and let us sell him to the Ishmaelites.
Let us sell him to the Ishmaelites. Right? Because they're such they knew full well Ishmaelites like to enslave people and kidnap them. Right? Keep going.
Khan. And let not our hand be upon him, for he is our brother and our flesh, and his brethren were content.
Now, that don't even make a lick of sense to me. We shouldn't kill him, he's our brother, but let's sell him into slavery. I don't understand the to that. Like, what sense do that make? Keep going.
Like, if I may.
Yeah.
It's like the lesser of two evil.
If that's how you want to look at that, the lesser of two evils is to sell your brother into slavery. Right. Instead of killing him. You still have to lie to your father and say a mountain goat ate him. A mountain lion ate him. The hell? Keep going.
Verse 28. Then there passed by Midianites, merchantmen.
Right. Keep going.
And they drew and lifted up Joseph out of the pit.
Now, mind you, Midianites, if I'm not mistaken, are also children of Abraham, with Keturah, his lover. Right? So, keep going.
And sold Joseph to the Ishmaelites.
Right. They sold Joseph to the Ishmaelites. Keep going.
For 20 pieces of silver.
20 pieces of silver. Right? That's less than what they got for Christ. Keep going.
And they brought Joseph into Egypt.
Right.
Verse 29. And Reuben returned unto the pit, and behold, Joseph was not in the pit, and he rent his clothes.
And he rent his clothes. Keep going.
Verse 30. And he returned unto his brethren and said, the child is not, and I whither shall I go?
That's it. Salah, you mind if I take the last one?
Go ahead.
Come, Baba, for sure. Wayakwakwa a katana Salah, Yawasa, Waya Shaka wa Sha'ayar, Itas young. Salah, Isa young. Waya Tabawa a Hakathan na Badam. Waya Shalakwa a Katan na ha pasayam waya ba'aya al abayaham waya amarwa za'af mata za'anawa hakar na'a Hakatana, Banka, Hawa'a, La, Wayakayara, Waya Amar, Katana, Banya, Haya, Ra'ai, Akala, Thawa, Sarat, Yawasa, Waya Kwarai, Yaikwa, Shamalath Yoa, Wayasham, Shak, Bamathan Yoa, Waya Ta'abal, Ayo, Banwal, Yum, Rabayam, Waya Kwamwa, Kal, Banyawa, Wakal, Banath Yoa, Lana Kamwa, Waya Ma'an, Laha Tana Kam, Waya Amar Kaya Arad Al, Banya Abal, Shala, Wayabad, Athwa, Abayawa, Waha Madanya, Makarwa, Athwa, Al Matazarium, La Pawat Yapar, Saryas, Parai, Shar, Tabakyam. This is the last verse, 38 and 1. Why Yahaya Ba'ith, Hahawa, Why Yarad, Yahawada, Ma'af, Akiyawa, Wayat, Ayash, Idalamya, Washamwa, Hara. Okay, in English.
Khan. Genesis chapter 37, verse 31. And they took Joseph's coat and killed a kid of the goats and dipped the coat in his blood. Verse 32. And they sent the coat of many colors, and they brought it to their father and said, This have we found. Know now whether it be thy son's coat or no. Verse 33. And he knew it and said, It is my son's coat.
Now, I'm going to just say this. I don't know if I'm going to be here for it. But, I don't know. Maybe I'm just a little sentimental or sensitive or whatever. Sorry. But there's a certain scriptures that really bring a tear to my eye. 2 is the Last Supper. 1 is the Last Supper. The other is the reunion between Joseph and Jacob. Can you imagine that? Like, not doing it, because it's very, very comical. It can be very comical, but when you actually think about that, this is a 30-year gap, right? Imagine your favorite, not necessarily in a messed up way, but the wife you love most finally gave you, after decades of being barren, the Lord finally blessed her with a baby. Just for her to get blessed with a second baby and her to die prematurely in the birth. Now you done lost her, and all you got is this little one and this big, strong, young that you want to make into everything for yourself. He's your favorite. Just to find out at the cusp of life, just at the cusp of adulthood, 17, he gets killed by a mountain lion. Your whole life is destroyed. Understand, 30 years later, Judah says, if I do not return Benjamin home, my father will die. He will die of a broken heart. This is a fact. All 10 of them knew. We can't kill another one of his children. We can't take another one of this man's children. He will die. A broken heart will kill. And this is a lesson. When the Bible, because the Bible does mention, overmourning is deadly. That's in the Apocrypha. If you lose a close loved one, like a lot of times it happens, and this is recorded, a lot of times it happens with spouses, like if one, especially older spouses, if one spouse dies, statistics show the other spouse will die in a year if they don't have something to preoccupy themselves, because their whole life for decades has been based off that other person, man and woman. That's why a lot of times if you have an elderly parent, go over their house more, bring the kids over more, Make sure you remind them they're a part of this family. And just because daddy died or mom died, you have to, especially in the case of a father dying, your son is not your husband. You are there, traditionally, scientifically speaking, women outlive men. People don't understand this. You're there to remind that little, I don't want to say the M word, remind your son, you're not his father. This is how your father would handle the situation. You think this first time we've been foreclosed, your father, we had 3 foreclosures when y'all was in elementary school. This is how your father handled it. You have a job to do, and that's why the Most High will dictate that women scientifically live longer than men. These are things you want to do to stop these things. In the case of Joseph, yeah, his son's dead now, and if you take this other one, he's going to die. The reason I say it's what's it called, Joseph even says this. I thought you was gone. My life was over. I was just sitting here for the last 30 years with a dead son. And the Bible even says this, but look at God. I don't like that term because Christians done stolen that goddamn term to hell. But when you put yourself in the spirit of a man who thought his son was dead for the last 30 years, but look at God. Here's why I say it's comical. Yeah, Joseph's alive and the vice president of Egypt, what? Yeah, funny story. We sold him. That's the funny part. But yeah, that's the beauty of this whole scripture. Like after all that, this man got to see his son again. And that's the beauty of this. I probably won't be able to be here to see, well, I might actually, because I'll be coming in the next few weeks. But yeah, that's it. The beauty of this scripture is the obstacles that this brother had to go through in order to get back by his family. Keep going.
Khan, verse 33. And he knew it and said, it is my son's coat.
Yeah. Keep going.
Khan. An evil beast hath devoured him. Joseph is without doubt rent in pieces. Verse 34. And Jacob rent his clothes and put sackcloth upon his loins and mourned for his son many days. Verse 35. And all his sons and all his daughters rose up to comfort him, but he refused to be comforted. And he said, for I will go down into the grave unto my son.
He said what?
For I will go down into the grave unto my son.
Jacob contemplated suicide over this. Jacob truly contemplated suicide over the death of his son. That's not unnatural. Right? Keep going.
Khan. For I will go down into the grave unto my son mourning. Thus his father wept for him.
Yeah, I'm not getting out of this situation. There is no, I lost my child. I'm going to die mourning. Just know that. I'm going to live the rest of my life in mourning for this boy. My 17-year-old. Right? That is, understand, there's about, I want to say a 9-10 year age gap between Joseph and Benjamin. For a minute, I thought that was my baby. Like, I thought that was going to be my baby boy. Until she came back and said, yeah, I got one more coming for you. I built a whole life around this boy. Understand, I wanted his mama first. Before anybody, I planned Joseph's life out. Before Joseph was, or any of y'all was thought of, I said, I'm going to impregnate Rachel. I accidentally kept impregnating y'all moms. It's messed up, but that's the truth. The one I wanted died prematurely. I will die mourning this little boy that I wanted the last 30 years of my life. 40 years of my life. I'm going to die this way. I'm going to die in mourning. Keep going.
Khan, verse 36. And the Midianites sold him into Egypt.
Right.
Unto Potiphar, an officer of Pharaoh's.
Right.
And captain of the guard.
Captain of the guard. Right. Keep going.
Khan. Genesis chapter 38, verse 1. And it came to pass at that time that Judah went down from his brethren and turned in to a certain Adullamite, whose name was Herah.
Adullamite, keep going.
That's the end of the verse.
Hera. Okay, now, so we're gonna start next week 38 and 2. We stopped at 38 and 1. So we're gonna get the history of Judah. I ain't gonna get into all that. I gotta cover that next week anyway. Judah like hoes. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't want to end the class off on a weird note, so I'm not gonna. I'll just cover it next week.
Hanukkah.
That, yes, so Hanukkah will be in the white man's Christmas. What are we doing for Hanukkah? I'm gonna talk to General behind me.
You're observing the feast.
No.
Well, commanding General Yohana will be in Philly.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I want to say it's been about 8 years now, but last time Hanukkah fell on one of them, it fell on it fell on the 24th. We all drove down to Philly, so I'm gonna talk to General Muhammad and see if that's a possibility, maybe. And Captain Zaria, yeah. What's it called? Well, shoot, I'd have to talk to Captain. So Hanukkah will be in a few weeks. We got that coming up. Also, Akium. I wish they'd release the information now, because I never knew this. Did you know that hotels participate in Black Friday? Obviously, you have to know. Did you know hotels participate in Black Friday?
Hotels?
Yeah.
What you mean participate in Black Friday?
They have cheaper deals that week. Like, say, I don't want to wait. I would like Passover. Yeah, you can get cheaper deals for Passover this week, probably. But we don't have the hotel info and all that, and you don't want to, what's it called? But yes, reason I bring it up, start getting the funds together. If you are funny with those types of things, either with your slavery, giving you the time off, or finances may be rough, December would be the time. Okay, December around this time is the time to start saving for Passover. When you see Esau and his people start to be in a holiday mood, you get in a holiday mood. It would be like, because your holiday is only in 5 months. So yeah, use that time to start rack it up. All the money, and then what's it called? You're gonna get holiday pay for the Thanksgiving and what's it called? Take that holiday money and start saving that. That's like 2-3 nights. And if you rent a car, that's one day with your car rental, right? From all the money you're gonna get from the Christmas bonus and the overtime for Christmas and all that. These are the times you want to start thinking about that. I have no idea about when that information will be released. Just stay tuned, talk to your camp leader, and stay around. With that, I match him up here. Shapar, which means horn.
Sorry, Chris.
Khan. Yayan, always try to keep it in the middle. Yayan, which means wine.
Heavy on the yayan.
Salaki.
Good for Sha'afan.
Ayashrala, which means to Israel.
I'm Chris. Yajim Matar, which means hands down. I imagine, which means to stand. Sabu Panya Hakodam, which means turn and face the east. We're going to do the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. You do the Hebrew. That was my fault, brother.
I've never read it, actually.
Okay. This will be your first time.
Come on. Abanawa. Shabbat Shemayim. Quadash. Hayah. Shamka. Yahweh. Malakwathka. Daba'ah. Watazaka. Hayah. Aisha. Ba'arataza. Kawa. Hayah. Bashamayim. Nathan. Lanawa. Lakam. Kal. Yawam. Wasalak Lanawa. Kawalak Yanawa. Kasalak Yanawa. Kawabwath Yanawa. Wala'ah. Dabayah Nawa. Banasha Yawan. Abal. Hawashanawa. Mayan. Rai. Kaya. Laka. Hamalakwa. Waha Allah. Wahata Parath. La'ai Walam Yam. Aman.
In the English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
Hallowed be thy name.
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
thy kingdom come,
Thy kingdom come.
well, thy will be done,
Thy will be done
in earth, as it is in heaven.
as it is in heaven.
Give us this day
Give us this day
our daily bread,
our daily bread.
and forgive us our debts,
Forgive us our debts
as we forgive our debtors,
as we forgive our debtors.
and lead us not
And lead us not
into temptation,
into temptation,
but deliver us
but deliver us
from evil.
from evil.
For thine is the
For
kingdom,
thine is the kingdom,
and the power,
and the power,
and the glory,
and the glory,
forever.
forever.
So be it.
So be it.
Salah, do you want to try the cock? Come. We ain't gonna do them all, just
A cock,
come.
the power.
Right?
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Bahashem.
Bahashem.
Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Shai.
Babakasha.
Babakasha.
Nathanawa.
Nathanawa.
Hakak.
Hakat.
Hakak.
Hakat.
Larapa'ah.
Larva'ah.
Kal Makala.
Kal Makala.
Wakal.
Wakal.
Madawa.
Madawa.
Hakak.
Hakat.
Latahar.
Latahar.
Hamatazarayim.
Hamatazarayim.
Hakak.
Hakat.
Lahakwayam.
Ahakiyam.
Hamathayam.
Hamakiyam.
Hakak.
Hakat.
Arakawah.
Arakawa.
Hatama'ala.
Hatama'ala.
Lagarashan.
Lagarashan.
Bahasham.
Bahasham.
Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Shai.
The water.
The water.
Aman.
Amen. In the English, Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Please give us the power.
Please give us the power.
The power to heal.
Power to heal.
All manner of sickness.
All manner of sickness.
And all manner of disease.
And all manner of disease.
Power to cleanse the leper.
The power to cleanse the lepers.
Power to raise the dead.
The power to raise the dead.
Power against unclean spirits.
Power against unclean spirits.
To cast them out.
To cast them out.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
Salah, we're going to do the power structure. And that's it. After. Yeah, Khan. Pray for the power structure.
Barakatha Yahweh.
Barakatha Yahweh.
Wa Yahweh Shai.
Wa Yahweh Shai.
Wa Mayaka Allah.
Wa Mayaka Allah.
Wa Allahayam.
Wa Allahayam.
Wa Tazabaya.
Wa Tazabaya.
Alawak.
Alawak.
Yahana.
Yahana.
Ha Alawakyam.
Ha Alawakyam.
Ha Saranyam.
Ha Saranyam.
Ha Kwatazay Yayanyam.
Ha Kwatazayanyam.
Ha Kayayayayam.
Ha Kayayayam.
Wa Ha'akyam.
Wa Ha'akyam.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Bahashem.
Bahashem.
Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Shai.
The water.
The water.
Aman.
In the English, bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
And Yahweh Shai.
And Yahweh Shai.
And Michael.
And Michael.
And the angels.
And the angels.
Commanding General Yahana.
Commanding General Yahana.
The generals.
The generals.
The captain.
The captains.
The officers.
The officers.
The troopers.
The troopers.
And the sisters.
And the sisters.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
Sign, which means to turn. I'm going to give one courtesy
Let's
salute.
do the curses.
Okay, come on, come. It's like you on us. We're going to do the curses. Blessed are you, Yahweh.
Blessed are you, Yahweh.
King of heaven and earth.
King of heaven and
And
earth.
all things living.
And all things living.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh
In the
Shai.
name of Yahweh Shai.
Listen to us now.
Listen to us now.
Right now.
Right now.
Send evils and curses.
Send evils and
And
curses.
punishment and destruction.
Punishment and
To the
destruction.
heathens.
To the heathen.
That speak against us.
That speak against
Thy
us.
prophets.
Thy prophets.
The teachers.
Teachers.
The princes.
Princes.
The priests.
The priests.
The Israelite brothers.
The Israelite brothers.
And the school.
And the school.
Send evils and curses.
Send evils and curses.
Send evils and curses.
Send evils and
And
curses.
punishment and destruction.
And punishment and
And
destruction.
punishment and destruction.
And punishment and destruction.
To the heathen.
To the heathen.
And shake loose the treasure
And shake loose the
of
treasure
the rich of Israel.
of the rich of
That
Israel.
refuse to get to the school.
Refuse to get to the school.
Force their riches.
Force their riches.
To enter into that
To
sanctuary.
enter thy sanctuary.
Send evils and curses.
Send evils and curses.
And punishment and
And
destruction.
punishment and destruction.
To the Edomites.
To the Edomites.
And their nation.
And their nations.
And their drug
The
dealers.
drug dealers.
Court system.
Court system.
Prison system.
Prison system.
Planned Parenthood.
Planned Parenthood.
All the governments of our enemies.
All the governments of our enemies.
ICE.
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 Amalek synagogues and armies.
Amalek synagogues and armies.
Roman Catholic Church.
Roman Catholic Church.
The Pope.
Pope.
Islam.
Islam.
Christianity.
Christianity.
Egyptology.
Egyptology.
Militia.
Militia.
Ku Klux Klan.
Ku Klux Klan.
Ku Klux Klan.
Ku Klux Klan.
Aryan Nation.
Aryan Nation.
Aryan Nation.
Aryan Nation.
Skinheads.
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 Posse Kamikaze.
Posse
The
Kamikaze.
gay movement.
The gay movement.
Gay movement.
The gay movement.
Lesbian.
The lesbian movement.
Spies.
Spies.
Workers of witchcraft.
Workers of witchcraft.
NASA space program.
NASA space program.
Army.
The Army.
Navy.
The Navy.
Air Force.
The Air Force.
Marines.
Marines.
ICE.
ICE.
Wall Street.
Wall Street.
Open up the internet.
Open up the internet.
Open up the internet.
Open up the internet.
And the airways.
And the airways.
The cable access.
The cable access channel.
And the radio
And the
channel.
radio channel.
And the radio
And the
channel.
radio channel.
And the radio
And the
channel.
radio channels.
Get us with Charlemagne. Convict the spirit
Convict the
of
spirit
any of our people
of any of our
that
people
seek to stop
that
us
seek to stop
and
us
bring swift destruction.
and bring swift destruction.
And bring swift
And
destruction.
bring swift
And
destruction.
bring swift
And
destruction.
bring swift destruction.
So all the heathen
To all the
that
heathen
stand in the way
stand in the way
are trying to stop
and trying to
us
stop us
from broadcasting your
from
word
broadcasting your word
throughout the planet Earth.
throughout the planet Earth.
Let loose all the
Let
plagues.
loose all the plagues.
Let loose all the
Let
plagues.
loose all the plagues.
Cause them to go to and fro
Cause them to go to and fro
through the earth
through the earth
and consume them.
and consume them.
Let the plague shake
Let the plague shake
the house of the thief
the house of the thief
and the murderer.
and the murderer.
Like Yahushua,
Like a house shot.
Michael and Gabriel
Michael and Gabriel
come down with the flying
come
saucers
down with their flying saucers
and punish all the
and
heathen
punish all the heathen
that come up against
that
us
come up against
as
us
we speak thy
as
word.
we speak thy word.
Because we know by all
Because we know by all
that is the angels that have done
that
it.
it is the angels that have done it.
Because we spread through the media
Because it be spread through media
throughout the whole world.
throughout the whole world.
Because of the shake at thy
Because
coming.
of the shake at thy coming.
In the name of
In the
Yahushua.
name of Yahushua,
Thank you always.
thank you always.
So be it.
So be it.
My dream, which means hands down. Sorry, means to turn. Men of Israel, we're going to give one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, I'm Ajim Shabbat. Imagine. Barak.
Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakatah.
Yajim Matah.
O Son Christ.
Dismiss.
That's right.